Starting next week, King County wants just about everyone to wear a mask when they're out and about. Health officials announced the new directive yesterday. Businesses are already putting up signs encouraging people to wear masks, but the only place that you're truly required is on King County Metro buses. That goes for drivers and passengers. Dr. Jeff Duchin says, who is the county's local health officer, says people need to do everything they can to prevent another surge of cases.
By wearing a mask, we're protecting others from COVID-19. Your mask protects me, my mask protects you. Wearing a face covering also provides a clear signal that we care about each other and can serve as a reminder for distancing.
Dr. Duchin says this is critical because you can give the virus to others before you even know you have it. The county has more than 100,000 masks they will give to vulnerable populations. Police will not be ticketing people who don't comply, but again, you are urged to cover your face starting next Wednesday.
Well, an additional 3 Washington counties are being allowed to move into phase 2 of reopening. That includes now Wahkiakum County, Skamania, and Stevens, all given approval yesterday to begin opening some businesses. That includes hair salons and restaurants, but with, of course, some restrictions. That makes 8 total counties now in phase 2. Why do they get to open up early? Well, they're very rural counties and have a few things in common. No reported deaths linked to coronavirus at all, and less than 10 total cases in each county. Garfield County has 0. Still, with all of that, health officials discourage outside visitors.
Many of the counties on the beach communities and on the peninsula, their cases were directly related to individuals leaving the Puget Sound region.
Now, the governor strongly encourages people to stay home, but he does not have an order banning travel to other counties. His staff predicts the entire state should be in phase 2 by June 1st. The governor released new guidelines for restaurants in those counties. In case you're wondering, no bar seating. Buffets or salad bars are allowed. Tables need to be at least 6 feet apart from each other, and people can actually only seat up to 5 people in the restaurant. Restaurants are required to keep a log of everyone who dines in to help with contact tracing, and customers are also strongly encouraged to wear a face covering anytime they are not at a table.
Governor Inslee and the governors of 4 other western states are asking Congress for $1 trillion in aid for state and local governments. Officials say even if we get it, our budget will still be in the red. Washington's facing a $7 billion hit to its budget due to the coronavirus pandemic. Washington state businesses got $5.4 billion during the second round of the Paycheck Protection Program. That is the program designed to pay small businesses to keep their employees on the payroll. As of May 8th, a total of 58,000 loans have been issued to Washington business owners for round 2. A total of more than $12 billion has been distributed. The loans were smaller the second time around, 73,000 compared to 200,000 in the first one.
Well, questions still remain about how testing will be expanded so that kids can get back to school in the fall. Congressman Derek Kilmer and Washington State Secretary of Health held a town hall yesterday to answer those questions. And King 5's Ted Land shows us what could be coming in the next few months.
Some people have been asking why the state of Washington is not reopening faster. Secretary of Health John Weisman points to the number of new coronavirus cases.
This is still something that is very serious. It's not coming down as quickly as we would have liked, and we're sort of at a bit of a plateau with that. And so we still need everybody really hanging in there with us.
Secretary Weisman says the federal government promised Washington about 500,000 testing swabs and other supplies this month, and again next month. That would allow the state to test more people, especially those who live or work in nursing homes.
We're anxious to get to that place. We are working so hard to get there. Hope that these allocations were promised come through really quickly.
Teachers and parents are asking what the next school year might look like. Secretary Weisman says the state is looking at options like staggering classes. One group starts in the morning, the other attends class in the afternoon, so you don't have one big group arriving and leaving at the same times. He says they're also looking at keeping the same class of kids together the whole day, so no mixing of classes. And they're looking into offering coronavirus testing in schools.
As for a second round of federal coronavirus relief funding, Representative Derek Kilmer says that package would likely include dollars for state and local governments and money to expand testing. He says a vote could happen by the end of the week. Ted Land, King 5 News.
4:39 is the time now this morning, and Tacoma's 4th of July celebration has been postponed. The T-Town 4th might happen later this summer, we're told, when social distancing measures may be lifted a little bit and people are allowed to gather. Tacoma's Mayor Victoria Woodard says they're very focused right now on safety and being vigilant about that. But also on the east side in Bellevue, we're learning more 4th of July celebrations canceled. The Bellevue Family 4th not happening. The event typically draws 60,000 people to Downtown Park for entertainment and fun and fireworks. The Bellevue Youth Symphony Orchestra would play. No word yet on the 4th of July fireworks in Seattle, Mimi, but starting to see the 4th celebrations canceled for this year.
Sad to see them not happen this year for sure. Won't be the same. It can be easy to forget there are many life-altering events going on in hospitals right now that don't involve COVID patients, like having a baby. But delivering during coronavirus poses its own set of challenges. Under new coronavirus protocols, only one family member is allowed inside the delivery room, Dad. His grandmother and soon-to-be big brother watched through the window of Anacortes Island Hospital. They anxiously awaited as Mom, Hallie, induced birth during a global pandemic.
We just sort of controlled a kind of chaotic scenario, and it made us feel a little safer.
Yeah, it's sad. I wish I could be there with her.
Hallie gave birth to a happy and healthy baby boy. She says that despite the times, what matters most is family and support. It's too bad you can't be there in the hospital room or be able to visit, but at least you can look outside the window if that's possible.
Yeah, peeking in through the window. You know, that experience in full is just such a major event. I can't imagine, what it would be like to do it right now, during a global pandemic, right, Meme?